Tinubu, Atiku are distractions, not threat to Igbo presidency. Ohaneze chieftain. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. A chieftain of Ohaneze and Igbo, Chuks Ibebu, on Monday rubbished claims that the presidential aspirants like Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress (APC) and Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) are a threat to Igbo presidency in 2023. Ibebu said Tinubu and Atiku are not threats but distractions to Igbo presidency in 2023. Speaking with Daily Post, the former Deputy National Public Secretary of Ohaneze and Igbo said both Tinubu and Atiku are insensitive to the mood of Nigerians. Record and the founding national chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, Chekwas Okorie, had identified Tinubu and Atiku as a major threat to the pursuit of the Igbo presidency in 2023. Okoro expressed doubt over an Igbo man clinching the presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and the All Progressive Congress (APC), with Tinubu and Atiku still in the race. However, Ibebu noted that Tinubu and Atiku's presidential ambition ran contrary to the push for justice and equity. He wondered why Atiku and Tinubu are so ambitious about running for the presidency. According to Ibebu, they are not threats but distractions and arbiters of injustice. They are clearly insensitive to the mood of a nation. The ambition runs contrary to the mood of a nation for political justice and equity. Why must Atiku or Tinubu be over ambitious to rule Nigeria in the past? What record did they keep in the past? Nigerians will decide if a nation will be the world capital of injustice and poverty as well. Well, to me, I don't think this statement is right. Yes, it's not a threat, it's not a threat, but it is in between. We all know that there are two major political parties in this country when it comes to presidency. When you go to state, you can say, okay, these states, let's see what they can do. There are even some states that you say, no, this is this people that are going to, you're so sure. But when it comes to the presidential election, you know that there are only two parties, just two. And it is the ruling party, which is the All Progressive Congress, and the People's Democratic Party, which is the opposition party. These two parties are the only people that stand a chance, except to be Nigerians do something about it though. They are the only one in the eyes of the public that stand a chance to compete or contest against each other. Now, with that being said, except the PDP today, and I don't think the PDP are going to even engage in zoning during the presidency. Except they do that, I see problems. And of course, in the APC, it has already been zoned to the south. And they are not saying this is the particular geopolitical zone. They say just a south, which means that in the south, they have the south, they have the southwest, and they have the southeastern region. So at the end of the day, if it is zoned to the south, to me, I still see it as almost throwing it open. That means you're throwing it open because we have in the south, we have 3 geopolitical zones, and you have not made it clear which one you want it to be. That is just it. Politics is like that, but the majority, which the considerable percentage of the people that play it, may matters. It is so sad why does this group and the Afanifair counterparts always turn their back to where people faces. What do they mean? What do you mean by turn their backs? They are actually a little bit. I agree with them on this. Atiku and Tinubu, they are people who are very sensitive to the needs of the people. This is a time where the youth are telling we want somebody who is young. This is just the very first time that Nigeria is saying we want somebody who is young. And more people are coming out to say, you know what, give us competency. We don't want somebody who is not competent. Give us competency. Give us somebody who is smart. Give us somebody who is... People are now coming out to say, you know what, this is what we look like. Look. I mean, this is what we want looks like. Am I making sense? Yes. So everybody is saying, you know what, almost everyone, almost all the geopolitical zone in Nigeria are saying justice, equity, and fairness these people called the Southeastern region, they've been marginalized. A lot of people have come out to say this is actually it. While some people are saying we don't care because what we need is somebody who is actually competent. Okay? But if you ask me, look, in the spirit of fairness, equity, and justice, in the spirit of fairness, equity, and justice, we all know the geopolitical zone that should be in the forefront. We all know the geopolitical zone that should be in the forefront. Okay? Your best bet, if you're wise, is to advise P2B to line up behind Atiku. It will cost up later now, why people should go amass into APGA, but because you don't want to cook, yet you want to eat. The kind of Nigeria I crave for is a kind of Nigeria where my son or daughter, even without being someone in the power line, goes to school, is living his life and have ambitions to become the local government chairman or the councillor or the person, maybe a senator, without having anybody holding his hand, with them seeing his only credentials, his skills, his abilities being his credentials. The office where if he's somebody who has been working, his role he has been playing is in an organization being his credentials. That's the kind of Nigeria I crave for. Nigeria where things happen not by providence, but they come in and they see what you're made of, and they are willing, to work your way through with you and get you to see what exactly they themselves are seeing. Yes, they give you a chance. That is the kind of Nigeria that I crave for. Nigeria where we are not going to be built on sentiment. Oh, Anisa, you're just making empty noise. Where were you when other regions were building up their voters' base? You don't have the votes. You're a minor stakeholder in Nigeria political project. Oh, Anise, they are desperados. Like I said earlier on, just a little right. They are right in some way, and in others they are not right. Okay. But me, I think P2B has always been queuing behind Atiku. And this is a time where everybody is saying give the presidency to the South. In fact, a Northerner coming out to imagine as the presidency, as the presidential candidate of any of a party, it's going to be a suicide bomber. It's going to be a suicide bomber. Because at this point in time, we have somebody who is a Northerner on the seat, and you bring in another Northerner. That is why I said I actually believe in what they said. Believe in what you said. Yes, that means you're very insensitive to the plight